Hello everybody, it is Samantha Jane, known as the Psychic Coach. If you are there, drop me a little comment, let me know that you are tuning in, that you are picking up this week's guidance. Let me know how last week was, bit of a journey maybe for some of you, but yeah, drop me a little comment, let me know that you are there and you are live. I am live, of course, not you. And you are live and well and watching. Hi, Michaela. Lovely to see you tuning in. I hope your week has been okay. You're coming up as a top fan there. I like that. Thank you very much, Michaela. It's good to see you there. So, yeah, it's been an interesting week last week. Who agrees? Evening, Kay. Nice to see you tuning in. Hi, Mel. Who else is tuning in? Let me see. Definitely an interesting week. Hi, Colleen. Did you need it? Did you? Your heads up for last week. I'm going to give you a heads up for this week as well. Hi, Eva. Hi, Julie. Lots of energies to ride this week. Hi, Kath. We're still in all that Mercury retrograde. I know, I have to say, I realise I've got off lightly the last few, but this one, woo-hoo-hoo. I am learning self-discipline. Let's just say that. But yes, I'm right there with you, Kay. I actually can't wait for this retrograde to be over. And then I'm going to tell you about another energy that's already at play and full on tomorrow. So we will talk about that. Right then, let's begin. So yesterday, how many of you, I've had to make notes, there's so much going on. Hi Nuno. Yesterday, how many of you walked through experiences that serve to show you that there are some things in this world that are beyond your control? That was very much the energy at play yesterday. Hi Tracy. It's also been, some people's egos may have had a bit of battering. We certainly may have spent a lot of time reflecting and coming to understand ourselves as part of this. Many people walking through change, not all of it self brought on by themselves. A lot of changes are being brought in, kind of like forced upon us. We've got a lot of that at play as well. So, even if you're not you're not the one sort of instigating that change, hi David, then know that this change is coming to teach you to be open to change for a start. That's what these experiences are about. But it is also, the aim is for a transformation, hi Rachel, within you for the better, okay? Now, I just want to point out, if you watch till the end, I'm going to tell you how you can win a year's free membership to the academy that I have. I just suddenly remembered that. All right. Now, hi Sarah. So as I say, that will have been in place yesterday. A lot of you may have been feeling that. It's really like, I feel like kind of like some kind of chicken hatching out of an egg at the minute. It really does feel like that because we are evolving so much. Hi Sarah. Now, the big thing, the biggie this week, energetically, is the lunar eclipse that happens tomorrow. But what you have to bear in mind that energy actually crosses over, thank you, David, that energy actually crosses over 3 days. So from the 15th to the 17th, we have this lunar eclipse energy, and that is also about intense emotional reactions. And it's about compulsive, hi Sylvia, it's about compulsive behaviour. It's about power struggles. Had that today. She won. But I learnt to breathe. I learnt to breathe before I speak, which is going to be my advice to you over the next 2 days. And there is just this need to be aware of this. Now, the reason why this is going to it has the potential to hit you hard if you're not sort of wised up to it, is that we are still in the Mercury retrograde energy. So remember that in itself is one that's all about emotion and expression and communication. And unfortunately, hi Camilla, a lot of that, thank you for sharing, Rachel, a lot of that has been on really quite sort of the negative end of the scale of emotion. And that's because it's healing, shifting, clearing. So a lot of people are having old stuff come up, old behaviors, old feelings, anger that's coming from nowhere, frustration, and a lot of it is about patience. I keep joking with a certain friend of mine that patience, patience, and let's just say when you draw an angel card 4 days in a row and it's patience, then you know you need to start to pay attention that you're on a journey of learning patience. Hi Mariana. And yet the struggles are for real because it's about release. If that is you, if you have been on the receiving end of anger, or maybe it's you dishing it out, drop me a comment, let me know. So bear in mind that we have this blend now. So we've already got that Mercury retrograde energy, and God, is it ripping through people's lives. My reading work at the minute, wow. But then on top of that, we now have tomorrow coming in this lunar energy. All right, this lunar eclipse energy, again, a more revealing of emotions and all of that. So you do need to watch. And as I say, it's power struggles, compulsive behavior, and just like really intense emotional reactions. Now, also be aware that because of being, it's like you are walking through things at the moment. I know I've had massive shift in my perspective of where I want to be and what I want to do and things like that. So because we are getting back in touch with or getting in touch with what it is that we really need and the true intentions and feelings that we have behind the work we're doing or the things that we're doing, a lot of us are really gaining clarity. Hi Kathy, really gaining clarity about ourselves and what we need from our lives, and also what we need, if you like, from people. So be aware that through this lunar energy, this transit, it is bringing to light any relationship imbalances that are causing disharmony in your world. All right, this is a season to very much survive it by learning to breathe and pause before you speak. All right, give things a lot of thought before you open the mouth, engage the brain. But also I want you to take a deep breath and reconnect and center yourselves as you do this, okay? So just be aware of that. We also may find ourselves having to deal with controlling behavior, being manipulated, jealousy, guilt tripping, feeling intimidated by other people. Or it may be that other people are having that response to us, okay? It may be us that are behaving that way, and it all gets highlighted because it needs to be dealt with. Because you've got to remember, as I say, Mercury retrograde is already dragging up those old emotions and that negative energy. So just be mindful as well that because your mind energy, your thought energy is on overdrive, that you can't necessarily trust that your intuition is quite right, because there's such a strong negative energy blend between the Mercury retrograde and the lunar that can't quite trust necessarily your intuition. Be absolutely sure where that is coming from, all right, before you act on anything. I say pause before you speak. Okay, so Chelsea's going through hell. It's temporary, honey. Whatever it is temporary, all right? Now, a lot of people will be finding the need to cut cords, to heal, to let go of exes who always seem to show up or get in the way or just are holding us back, yeah? I don't know why, Lynn, either. I don't think there's any problem here. I think everyone can see me. I'm just going to say retrograde. But although I have had problems with the internet earlier today, but dare I say it, not this evening. All right. So yeah, now on a positive note, you know, it's this energy is very much about change. Okay, it's about bringing in change, and just remember the change that everybody is in at the moment is emotional change. Okay, so if there is something that you need to do, or you are walking through sorting out and dealing with on an emotional level, then know that the energies are actually behind you. All right, they are behind you, and they are bringing in a breakthrough somewhere in your life where there is a lot of emotion tied in. So actually this is about transformation. Now where we're on an emotions and relationships and all of that energy, that is also creative energy, and it is about using your talents, your energies and your abilities. So some people will be experiencing big transformation in their relationships. It doesn't have to be a personal one, you know, it can be with parents, it can be with children, work colleagues, whatever. All right, but there is this journey for transformation for some people in their work aspect or their purpose aspect, because it's about how you use your talents, your energy, your abilities. It's about changing all of that, and it can be in a major way. All right, many people will shift in direction because of this season we're in now. Over the next 6 months, you'll see a lot of people changing the directions of their lives. Okay, now when we get to Thursday, that is set to be a much more positive day. All right, so make sure you are grounded and make sure you are connected is my advice to you. When we get to the weekend, it is a major healing energy. There's a lot of love there, all right, a lot of love there, and it's all about the healing energy of love. And if it's not you needing it within relationships, then it is you just connecting to the world that way. I joke and call it the hippie weekend. It's just about being in love with your life, yourself, you know, all of that kind of energy. Hi, Gemma. Is that resonating with you? Give me a shout. Let me know. Drop me a comment. All right. Now, as always, I'm going to say that readings are for entertainment purposes only. And if you stay to the end, then you're going to learn how to win a year's free membership to the Academy. Right then, let's have a look. And let's begin. So let me see. So is it resonating with you? Camilla's saying yes, yes, yes. Samantha is saying yes as well. All right. Now then, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do general reading for everybody who is watching so that I can help as many people as possible here this evening. So this is the insight through the tarot and my guides into how to handle this week, how, you know, to know what's coming in. Some of it will resonate with you, some of it may not. But just keep bearing in mind that everything we're walking through, and it goes on until the 31st of July, you know, that Mercury energy is about emotion. It's about releasing old emotion, old negative emotion, old negative ways of being, your behaviour or whatever, linked to emotional situations or situations where you've invested a lot of emotion. All right, and it's resonating with Alison. Now, actually, if you stop and step out of all of this emotional, energetic chaos, which is what I recommend you to do, is to take a time out, you will realise that really everything is okay. If we put whatever that situation is that's coming in to push you down that transformation tunnel, if we put that over here, you would recognise that you are actually doing okay. All right? Now, there has already been upset. There always has already been heartache. It may even involve other people in that as well, putting their 2 pence in or getting involved, okay? But know that that is still going to be impacting you as you walk into this month. Into that's me wishing the month away. As you walk into the rest of this week. Hi, Gemma. So just be aware of that. what is absolutely key is, and I have the devil card and I have the the three of swords together. So what is absolutely key is where there are situations involving other people, triangle situations, just third party aspects. You need to be mindful of not switching or going into your absolute most negative self. Now, that can be in your behavior, it can be in your words, and it can be in your thinking. But just know that you need to be careful of and mindful of where you let your mind take you this week. All right, because there is a need to make plans for the future, yes, but there is also the need to let go of all of this negative emotionality if you are going to step forwards into a new season. And that's what all of this is about. So if you are someone who constantly seems to repeat the same relationship pattern or whatever, know that this is all here right now to challenge that within you. So yes, unexpected changes. Yes, the need to work on your energies flow this week. And the best approach I'm being shown here is one day at a time. Some I might even want to say 1 hour at a time. Just do what you can at this moment, in this moment, and stay focused on your flow right now. Get your head out of the past, out of the future, and stay strongly in your present in order to walk forwards in the best way possible this week. Now, when it comes to work and business aspects, it's actually, in spite of all of this, this is a time to be building. This is a time to be growing. It's a time to be letting go of anything that is getting in the way. And that can especially be people that are holding you back in your career or your business. All right. There is a need to be doing that. There is a need to focus on what you want to build and not listen to the jealous, the jealous whispers of other people, okay? Stay focused on what it is that you want to do. Hi, Anthony. Hi, Karina. And it's just, there are ways forward. There really are ways forward, but you've got to stay focused in your work and in your career, in your businesses. And I have a lot of business clients watch. So there is this need to stay focused on what it is that you want to achieve. So the third party upset aspect could actually be other people kind of distracting you from what you should be doing in this world right now. Because whatever that is your purpose. In this moment, that is your purpose. Now, when it comes to relationships, there are new paths to be taken here. Lots of learning, lots of growing, and lots of growth within the relationships that you have. And as I've said already, that can be your intimate relationship. It can be with parents, with siblings, friends, family, work colleagues. All of relationships come into this when we talk about relationships. Now, there is a new way forwards, but you have to be willing to grow, to step into those relationships, into those connections. But the way that a lot of people are being squeezed to grow is to be themselves within it and not be like putting on show. Do you know what I mean? People always see through that in the end. Don't be putting on a show when you are involved with other people. Now, there is also messages and communication coming in connection to relationships. And because of all this negative energy that is going on the emotional level, we do need to watch for you being overly defensive and overly protective in the way that you answer and communicate within your relationships. That could be conversations, it could be messages, emails, comments on Facebook, whatever. Be very careful of the words that you choose, but at the same time keep a check on your reactions to the words that are written to you. All right. Now, spiritually and spiritual and personal development, a lot going on. There's a lot of confusion energy going on right now, and the key to this is, again, to have the strength and courage to stay focused and not step off that path. Stay focused. Do not get distracted. I hate to say you're being tested, but you kind of are. All right. It's a test of your spiritual strength through all of this negativity, all of these darker energies, to get you to step forwards and be stronger in who you truly are. And that is your higher self. So actually, all of this is leading to a beginning. So stop looking at the ground, start looking up. And when I say that, what I mean is be getting your guidance, be getting your intuition, stay in connection, switch off to the external factors that distract you and confuse you, and stay, this is a time to really, really kind of, how can I word that? Be selfish and hide. Because it's like, you're going to need this week to have a lot of time to yourself in order to survive it. If you are going through the full intense challenges that these energies can present this week. Am I helping or am I just depressing you? Let me know. Right then, let me have a look at this. So let's look at relationships today and communication issues. If you have a connection that you need help with, write a little comment. It's no good just asking for reading and don't pull in onto those. For me to be drawn to you this evening, you will need to actually put the aspect of your life that you need help in, whether it's work, your relationship, friendships, whatever, specific things. Okay, it is a challenging time because there is so much. There is a need to be specific. I can only come to those that I feel drawn to, and I've got to jump over into my coaching group afterwards. So let's have a look. So David is asking about children. Let me have a look at that for you. Let's have a quick look, David, into children for you. So there is a need to have space and time to grow, to develop, to master these connections. There is a need here to play for what I call the long game in your connection with your children. All right. There is a need to know that, yes, you have been through lots of changes or challenges within your connection with your children somehow, but there is the need for healing as well. All right, there is a need for healing. Good times can bring you together, and putting energy into the connections can bring you together, but it needs to be done playing for the long game, not for a quick fix, a quick sort out, because that would be all of this retrograde energy coming in, that urgency, that aggression energy to have everything right here, right now, my way. I hope that makes sense. It is going to take work, but if you're looking and playing for the long game and allowing for healing, then there is space for this connection to your children to improve. I hope that makes sense to you. Drop me a little comment. Right then, where am I drawn to? Right, Savannah, current relationship. You're actually in one. Current relationship. Let me see. Right, Savannah, Barbara Casey. I hope I'm saying that right too. Let me see what they will give you this evening, my honey. Because there is this, a lot of this is you. All right, and what I'm being shown, okay, thank you, David, thank you for that. What I'm being shown is that a lot of this is you. A lot of this is your own stuff, your own inner battles coming up, and there is a need to watch for your own behavior within the relationship. Okay, because what I'm being shown is that your own way of being or thinking or speaking is being picked up on by them, and because of that they are defensive or guarded, or feeling the need to distance themselves. I've got all of that going on. Does that make sense to you? So there is a need to make a decision either within yourself or externally and get yourself out of limbo in connection to this relationship. So that could actually be about the relationship or a situation that is impacting the relationship. but there is a need for you to take responsibility for your own behavior or ways of thinking or whatever in this relationship. All right, this can be successful, but you've got to drop your guard and let it in. I hope that makes sense to you. Take responsibility for doing that. It's not all them. It's not all them. I'm looking at this and I'm going to say it this evening, it's you. All right. But the reason I say that is because I'm reading for you. And you must know, yeah, that with this ex, you can't change them. Yeah, you can't change them, Savannah, but you have to change your ways of being and make decisions, make announcements, and get yourself out of limbo in connection to that relationship. You understand? It's like we have to accept our part, the part we've played in the chapters we're in. We have to. Yeah, and it's not about judgment. It's not about beating yourself up. It's just saying, yeah, okay, could have done that better. All right? It's about that. And you're dealing with someone who is feeling the need to protect themselves against your energy on some level. So I hope that helps you this evening as you click some things about the ex. Let it go, Savannah. Let it go. Right then, who else am I drawn to? Karina, can't read on money, honey. Cannot read on finance. Right, Chelsea, let's have a look at yours. Chelsea Cordial. Let me have a look for you this evening. Right, I have got you needing to go through a season of limbo with that, with what you have asked about, okay? I do have stress and anxiety. I've got you wanting it to be a success. I'm getting you wanting the victory. But, you know, there's a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress here. Okay, it is at an emotional cycle. Your emotional cycle on this is changing, and I have got you with sleepless nights over this. You've got to be very careful that you don't trap yourself in this old cycle. There is a need to let go of where you are. I would advise you right now to, yes, accept that it is over. All right, in order for you to be able to make your own plans and deal with your own inner journey through this. All right, because there is this need to let go and get comfortable with this change, Chelsea, so that you can recover and you can go on to love again. All right, but right now it's like your world has been consumed by that relationship, and that's not how we live. We have to stay in our own lane even when we are in relationships. If we're not looking after our stuff, it gets ripped out. And I just feel that this is what has gone on here. It has been challenging. You may not want to see that, but it has been challenging. And now it's time to let go, get comfortable with this change, and allow yourself to heal and rise and love again. So I hope, might not be what you wanted to hear, Chelsea, but it's what my reputation is. I say it as it is. So I hope that that helps you. I hope that helps you make choices to step forward that are healthier for you, my darling. All right. Now, let me have a look. Where else am I drawn? Let me see. So you need to put a specific situation or aspect of life. And then if I'm drawn to you, I'm drawn to you, my dears. I can't come to everybody. Yes, David, truth hurts, but it does heal. It does heal as long as the work is done. You know how they say time heals everything? No, it doesn't. It's the healing that heals. It's the letting go. It's the processing. It's the releasing. It's letting go of expectation over time. That is what heals. I hope that makes sense to you. All right, let me have a look. Right, Alison Horgood. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Let me see for you. So I hope that helps, David. I really do. But yeah, give it time, but give it time to heal. Heal in that time and let others heal in their way and in their time as well. Right then. Who am I reading for? I've already lost the name. Who did I say I'm reading for on a job? On work. Alison, that was it. Alison, I have a big change coming in for you. I have you actually looking at a better future for it, not a worse. So be mindful of not focusing on this as being a negative experience. Instead, shift your gaze, shift your perspective, and see it as the positive that it actually is. All right. There is this need. It's almost like there's learnings here. There's lessons here. And you may even need to study or retrain or improve your skill set as part of this, Alison. But it is an unexpected change that is going to come in. So don't focus on the disappointment of that. Instead, focus on the growth, because what you're stepping into, you're going to absolutely love. And it's more of a career choice, if you understand what I mean. It's not a job, it's a career. And that's what needs to happen here. So whatever you are doing, it's going to bring in abundance. I have got every positive card here under the sun. All right, every positive card. So don't allow your mindset, your mind, your thought aspect, to take you down a negative path and start to have a lot of mixed emotions and confusion. Stay very focused on what you want to achieve and step forwards. I hope that helps you. All right. So, as I say, onwards and upwards for you as well as the lady before you that I read for. Right then, one more, and then I have to go off into my coaching group ready for 8 o'clock. Am I making sense? Hello, Paul. Am I resonating with you? Let me know, because there is this need to feel connected, need to know I'm helping you, not for my own sake, but just because we're taking up time and space, and Jen, love to know that these help you. Let me know where you are as well, and if you're watching on replay, then comment #replay. You're very welcome, Alison. Honestly, don't stress. Do not stress. If you stress, you'll delay. You will delay things. I mean, at the minute we're in Mercury, so it's all a bit backwards to come forwards. There's all of that going on. So you may feel like you're going backwards in order to come forwards, but it is all good for you. All right. Know that. Right, my last one, Svetlana. I hope I have said that right. Right, another one on the same subject. Let me have a look at what's going on with your relationship. Right then, it's like I've got you really desiring to make plans for good times. I'm going to insult your husband. I hope he's not listening. But I've got you really wanting to make plans for good times and enjoy the future, enjoy what is ahead. But I have to say, I've also got this upset with you. And I also feel as if your partner is... It's what I call the old man syndrome. I've got this old stale male energy who feels he knows everything he needs to go and doesn't want to go through shifts and changes and new experiences. Let me know if that resonates with you. So I have got you making decisions yourself, and I have got you possibly needing to spend time on your own as you make those decisions, because you are actually coming to a point where you can bring in a change, a massive change. You need to go back to the beginning of this and re-listen, because this is about massive change in emotional houses, is all potential right now. And it's because there is this need for you to stand your ground on what matters to you. But I do feel as if you are on different pages. Does that make sense to you? So it's kind of one of those things. If you're going to remain together, you need to accept each other's journey. Yeah, not get in the way of it. Not hold the other person back. Yeah, not be frightened to lose them, etc., etc. But, because if you go that way, then the relationship will end. Because that you need a new beginning. You need abundance to come in. You need time alone to think about what it is you truly want long term. You do want it all, and that's absolutely fine. We're put on this earth to want it all, but also to create it authentically and through love. But what I've got, I have to say, I've got my major change and I've got the Tower card. And it just feels like I'm reading for two people in two different chapters in their lives. So I do feel a separation, you know, and that could be just a matter of days, but a separation to work out whether you can go forwards not being on the same page, or whether you truly need to be free spirits to step forwards. But what I do pick up is that you're in control of this. So I would also say to you that as you reveal your emotions, so be very careful this week, after everything I've just said, be very careful this week. Be in control as you do that. Control yourself, I mean, because you need a little bit of time, you need conversations, and he has to feel like he's won. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but he has to feel that he has won and he is right. So I really feel like, I'm going to be rude, it's like someone in their 20s and someone in their, I don't know, 60s. I don't really know. But do you know what I mean? It's like I've got such a contrast of energy or needs right now. And that's what you need to be mindful of. You can't change him, my love. The question is, do you want to change? Or do you want, do you want to change to who you want to be? Do you want to change? Or do you want to carry on because the love for him is so strong, you need to just change how you manage your energy and your world around him. That is your choices. So I hope that helps you. Now, I did say if you tune in to the end that, yeah, he is always right. I don't even need to meet him. I know he's always right. And you could tell me he's 40 and I'll say, yeah, but he's got the mindset of like a 60, 70-year-old man from that kind of generation if they were just set in their ways and There's everything is black and white and there is no grey. All right, so just be aware of that. That's what you're dealing with. So if you're trying to bend him, it's not going to happen. All right, now thank you for watching to the end. Now Facebook, I'm going to run a little kind of competition, I suppose. Facebook tell me every week who are the top fans. So what I'm going to do is on Monday I will announce the whoever comes up on the Facebook thing as the top fan of this page will get a year's free membership to my academy. All right, yay! Which is where you can learn all sorts of spiritual stuff. You'll also get access on a Sunday afternoon, Sunday night to the week ahead as a written as well. Okay, so how do you become a top fan? Well, you have to like my page, you have to do lots of commenting, lots of sharing, that kind of thing. You need to be one of my top fans, and the very top fan, as I say, I will announce on Monday who is the top fan, and you will get a 3 years membership to the academy. So have a careful week, have a thoughtful week, all right, and deep breathe. If you haven't taken up meditation, I will bang my head on the wall with you if you haven't. Now would be a good time, all right, to learn your breath control, learn your breath work, and learn how to stay in connection with your truest self. Okay, now if any of you want a personal reading, whether it's online, in person, whatever, I only book through my website, which is needapsychic.co.uk. The little book now, I have just had to change my system again because good old Mercury retrograde and deja vu, yet again I've had to rebuild my booking system, so I changed it. So apologies for having to re-log in again to another booking system, but hey, you know what we're like, we won't be beaten. Have a great week, everyone. Enjoy the journey, then it gets easier. Bye bye.